Hey fishers, we've got a pretty good fishing report. It is darn hot, I know that, and it's pretty hard to get out there in the middle of the day. I certainly wouldn't expect that of anybody, to be honest with you, and that's why it's pretty good to go and fish for night time up at Blowering, Burrinjuck, Wagga, places like that. And speaking of Blowering, it is fishing extremely well. There's some nice cod coming out of it. So far this week there's been $1.20, $1.30, a couple other reasonable fish. Didn't fire up as good as I expected it to, and the only thing I can put that down to is the boat traffic on there at the moment. But the full moon scenario has been very, very good. There'll be quite a few fish caught again over the next week or so, and then it'll start to fizzle out a little bit again. But bait fishing's been good off the bank, trolling. Haven't heard of any surface lure action in Blowering, but there's been plenty down the river. So incredible catches of Murray cod and yellow belly down the river on spinnerbaits, surface lures, hard bodies, bait. It doesn't really matter. Murrumbidgee River around Wagga is absolutely phenomenal at the moment. Almost everybody is catching fish. By the way, before I forget, just before we started the report, I got a phone call from Blowering. There's a couple of boys up there trolling around Browns Bay. They picked up a 74 centimetre cod on an AC lure, on a black one actually. So things are still happening up there, even in the middle of the day. I tell you what, they'd have to be keen this time of day. It's really hot, but you know, some of us are keen. Talking about the river, absolutely incredible. Doesn't seem to matter where you fish. Downstream from Wagga seems to be a bit better than upstream, because upstream's a little bit cooler, but we're getting plenty of fish. Old Man Creek, some very nice cod and yellow belly coming out of there, casting spinnerbaits, hard bodies, or even surface lures there. The bait fishermen aren't doing as good in the creek, but they're certainly cleaning up in the river. Big numbers of fish. Can't beat it at the moment. Wangler Dam, not too bad. There's a few cod and yellows coming out of there. Even heard of a couple of catfish this week, so you know, things look quite promising. Burrinjuck, it's still running pretty hot. Make sure you take plenty of bait when you go to Burrinjuck. Shrimp, if you can get them out of the river. You'll get a few shrimp at the Juck without too much trouble at all. And put in a bit of time and see if you can do a bit of trolling around those steep rocky banks late in the afternoon. About the last half hour, you'll pick up yellows. Through the day, early morning, late afternoon, doesn't matter, you'll pick up cod. So it looks really hot at the moment. Anybody heading up to the dams up chasing a few trout, they're getting a few trout at Yucabine, Jindabyne, Tantangra, but go prepared. Go with a bit of lead line at the moment, or at least a downrigger, because they're going down a little bit deeper. Early morning, late afternoon, you'll pick them up on the surface without too much trouble, just with a Tassie or a Rapala. But keep in mind, through the middle of the day, 20-25 feet's going to be a bit of a go, especially around the yabby beds up there. You should do okay. So things look pretty hot. This is the Compleat Anglers Fishing Report. We'll catch you next week.